Hi Sagittarius, this is your weekly reading from the 20th through to the 26th, I think, of April 2015. My name's Angie and this is the Oracle Life, and thank you for watching and thank you for joining me today. Okay, so we'll get started for Sagittarius. Firstly, I'd just like to say sorry if you were one of the weeklies that I didn't get up last week, or the love readings. I'm so sorry. My little boy happened to get sick from some other kids at school and he brought it home. And I ended up being a little bit sick with the cold, so that stopped me for about 4 days. So I do apologise why I couldn't get them up. I was going to put them up yesterday actually, because I was feeling a bit better on Saturday. Today's Sunday. And I thought I'll put them up, and I thought that's not going to really help them, one day left. So I just thought, no, bugger it, I'll get these up and going for this week, at least by Monday, so you've at least got a good start to the week. And I've done all 12 of them, so this is the last one, the Sagittarians that I'm doing. So let's see what your week has in store for you. Now this week too, Sagittarians, I thought I'd try something a little bit different than one card for each couple of days. I thought I'd do a mini Celtic cross spread, and that hopefully will give you a little bit more information to help you with for the week. Whoa. Okay, that's one, that's two. Right. Whoa, they flying out for Sagittarius. Awesome. Okay, so we have two more cards that we need for Sagittarius. What would be the obstacle or the challenge for the Sagittarians for this week? See that fly out? Sometimes I think it's funny how they just fly out. Okay, thank you, universe. There we go. That happened quick for Sagittarius. Wow. Well, that was a quick one. The other readings, it took me a while to get some of the cards out. Okay. So I'll also use a Magical Unicorns Oracle card for you later on too. Okay. So, let's get started. Okay, Sagittarian, for your main current issue for the start of the week, what you will be the main issue for the week. I'll just say it like that. Or is the Page of Swords, and I think the Scorpio got the same one. The Page of Swords can sometimes mean delayed news, or disappointing news that you don't really want to hear. Or it could be the start of a very small idea in your head about a plan that you'd like to implement. So that is the Page of Swords. So for some of you Sagittarians, there may be delayed information that you're waiting on, or maybe some disappointing news that may be coming your way this week, but we'll figure out how to help you with that and what you need to do to overcome that. So this is the overcome the obstacle, so that could be that, and this is the advice. So the advice for you this week is the world. And the world is all about triumph, achievement, success, happiness, feeling on top of the world. So your job this week, your advice this week, Sagittarians, is to feel on top of the world. Despite what information comes your way, whether it's good, bad, the ugly, your job is to care about you. And that's the advice this week, is to know that you've achieved a lot in your life and that you can overcome anything. You can overcome this little bit of a disappointing news. It's a page. It's not real serious news. It's something small if it's coming. Okay, so for the unexpected for the Sagittarians this week. In the unexpected, you have the King of Wands. And the King of Wands is all about being dynamic, being passionate. Now, this could be a man that you meet this week for some of you Sagittarians. Or it could mean that he's very entrepreneurial too. So you've got the world. You know, you've got the world in your hands too here, and you feel on top of the world. That's the advice, to feel on top of the world. And this guy here is very dynamic, but he can be very fast-paced in his actions. So this could be a lesson this week for some Sagittarians, is not to rush into things. Well, the Knight, I guess, rushes into things a bit more. But the King is very mature. He is an entrepreneur. He's like the King of Pentacles. He's very entrepreneurial too. And the Wands is very action orientated. So in the unexpected, you may need to pursue an action of some type. And that may be to do with this delayed news or disappointing news that may come your way. Or you might need to take some action on a small idea that you've come up with. It's not passionate yet. You've just thought about it. You haven't got really excited about it just yet. So that could be it for some of you. Okay, so for your challenge or for your obstacle, we have the Death card. Now, it doesn't mean death, guys. The Death is major change or transformation. It means you could be your challenge is to transform from the old you into the new you. Okay, so that could be your obstacle this week. And it's about rebirth. It's about making who you are better. You know, you're great, but it wants you to be even more greater and better. Okay, so this could be major change this week. So some news may be coming that causes major change. That's your challenge. But I don't think it's bad news or any real disappointing news. I think it's delayed news. So it could be delayed good news as well. That, you know, your advice is to think about achievement, success and happiness, okay, with the world. Be on top of the world. And this delayed news, it might not be disappointing. It could be delayed news. And you may need to, your unexpected is that you need to, you're asked to do some action on it somehow. And your challenge is to don't fight against change. Whatever this delayed information is, or this little bit of, not so nice news, you've got to understand that change is good. Change is good. Changing yourself for the better, that's the obstacle, that you're stuck in your old ways and that you need to change to accommodate, you know, your success, your happiness. You know, you're succeeding a lot more further in life than what you probably thought you could. But this here could be a little idea too. Okay? And that might be your challenge, to transform this idea into a bigger idea. If that makes any sense. Okay, but we'll have a look at the last bit. If you follow a little bit of this advice, is to be happy, that your advice is just to be happy still in the background. The King of Wands is all about passion. So your lesson this week might be to be a bit more passionate about a lot of the things you want in life. And when you do become more passionate, you transform into a much more better spiritual being. Like you've transformed into a more beautiful butterfly, more or less, that you're transforming. Okay, so what would be the possible outcome? The Empress. So the Empress is all about nurturing yourself. And see, this is about death and transformation. So that's the obstacle. So nurture yourself when you're going through this major change. And it might not be anything bad. It's good. Change can be awesome too. Sometimes at the start we think, oh, I don't want to go through that change. But when we go through it, like, I wasn't so bad after all. This is cool. I didn't expect it to be like this. So it could be for some of you Sagittarians out there, is to nurture yourself. Now this can also mean motherhood and marriage. You might need to change your motherhood techniques. Maybe your children are getting a lot older and they're looking after themselves a lot better at the age of 30, and you might need to back off a little bit and nurture yourself. You've been looking after your kids for so long, for some of you Sagittarians. But it could also mean marriage by the end of the week. This is passion, unexpected. So you could, somebody passionate and a male or a female could come into your life unexpectedly. And you may need to do some major change, which is getting married. You're thinking about major change, which is a big step or event in your life, which could be about marriage. Okay? Or motherhood, that you're thinking about having children too. But this disappointing news or delayed news, I think it's just delayed news. I don't think it's disappointing, because you have some pretty good cards here overall, and the Death card isn't bad. It's just the death of the old you, and now you're evolving into a new you. A new and better you. Okay? And when you do, this is the outcome, to nurture yourself at the end of the week, and that all your efforts lead you to nurturing and looking after yourself. Even being a mother, you need to transform again. Like even me as a mum, every 10 years I transform into a different and better mother. Do you know what I mean? I think about things that I can work on to make myself a better mum at times too. So it could be that for some of you Sagittarians out there, it's a little bit tricky. This is about triumph, achievement, happiness. So that's in your advice or guided area, to keep focusing on being successful and triumph and happiness, okay? And this is passion. This is all about being an entrepreneur. Maybe you want to be an entrepreneur, some of you Sagittarians, in the unexpected. Or maybe you want to learn how to do entrepreneurial type of things. But this is change, major change or transformation. So it can be transforming from the old you into a new and better you. But this card here was all about delayed information. Or some of you Sagittarius out there could be having problems with a young male child or a young female child. They can be a little bit there can be little minor problems, you know, that they're just being very argumentative and doing your head in a bit. So that could be it too. That could be about a child, a young child. And that could be to do with mothering. Maybe you're thinking how to change and transform to accommodate this younger one. Not accommodate, but to change your tactics. And the advice is just to know you're successful this week, to know that you will be triumphant. Okay? And the end card, if you follow this advice, she is a major arcana. Okay? This is the Empress. So it's telling you that your reward for the end of the week is the universe will nurture you. It will teach you how to nurture yourself better than what you're doing currently. Okay? So what we'll do is, I hope that makes sense to some of you. If you need a more personalized, this is what I mean. It's very hard to give you each, like a personal reading from hundreds that watch the video. So it's more of a general reading. But if you want a more personalised reading, I will be having the website up and going this week. Okay, so you can email me at theoraclelife@gmail.com. And if you email me there, I can definitely email you back and let you know what day the website's going to be up and going, so you can have a look at it. Okay? Okay, so is there a message for Sagittarian for this week, please? Is there another message that they could use? Okay. Oh. Okay. So, you have hello and goodbye. You'll soon see that this change will make things better. Now this talks about major change here. Do not be frightened of change. You will soon see that this change will make things better for you. If you don't make this change, the universe will make it for you. I don't know what it's really about. It could be about making a major change of deciding to start nurturing yourself. And when you do, things will start feeling better. You'll start to see that it works out better for you. Okay? So don't forget to nurture yourself. This could be about a little boy, a child, if you're a grandparent or if you're a parent. This could be a little boy who's just being a little bit problematic. Too smart for his own boots type of thing. So that could be about a young boy. Okay. And this is your lesson, maybe for the mother, that you're very passionate about what you want around the house. You want things done in organisation. You want certain things happening your way. But sometimes change is better. Sometimes doing it our way for so long and being stuck in that routine, sometimes change can transform a household. And that changing of your organisational skills, just say as an example, of not being so obsessive compulsive about everything, chill out a bit, nurture yourself, take some time out. The house isn't going to run away. You know, you'll get to those organisational things very soon. But remember that if you don't change, the universe will change it for you. I don't think it's anything major. You have pretty good cards here overall. This could be about a child, delayed information, or disappointing news. It could be about a bill. So I'm not too sure. Drop me a line, let me know what some of this may have come about for some of you, whether it was information or whether it was a small idea or whether it was about a young child that you knew. Okay. Well, I hope that helps you, Sagittarians. Enjoy your week. I know it seems a little bit confusing because this one does actually. It's got the World, it's got the Death card. It's got 3 major arcanas right here in the middle. And at the top, which it has on plenty of other readings too with the other star signs, are court cards. These are court cards. So you may meet someone this week that's very passionate and unexpected. And you may have a small child that might be delayed in giving you notices from the school. You know, like about an excursion. You know, it could be delayed like that he's very slack in giving you the information from the school. It could be as simple as that too. Okay? So it might not be much about that, but it's just saying nurture yourself in the end, Sagittarians, because you're working very hard, a lot of you. It's not saying it here, but I know you do. I know a lot of Sagittarians, and I know they work very hard. So just know that you'll soon see that this change will make things better. Now, a lot of you Sagittarians will know what this change is this week. Maybe you have to change your old ways of doing things. Maybe it could be something simple. Okay? But let me know what it was for some of you. That'd be great. And I hope that helps. This is just a mini reading. So if you do want a more customized personal reading, you unfortunately may have to ask for a personal rating on that. Okay, well I hope that helps, Sagittarian. I'll see you next week. Bye for now.